A Vistara Airbus A320 is descending toward Lucknow after nearly 4 exhausting hours in the air. The crew has already abandoned one landing attempt, diverted through severe thunderstorms, and watched their fuel reserves shrink with every passing minute. Then, another approach became impossible. Visibility collapsed. Night is approaching. And now the aircraft is carrying less fuel than any airline crew ever wants to see. One wrong decision could leave an Airbus with empty fuel tanks over northern India. This is the story of Vistara Flight 944. On July 15, 2019, Vistara Flight 944 departed Mumbai for Delhi with 155 passengers and 7 crew members on board. The Airbus A320 carried enough fuel for the flight, legal reserves, and alternate airports if conditions changed. Everything during departure was completely routine, but long before the aircraft reached Delhi, powerful monsoon thunderstorms began building across northern India. As the weather deteriorated, arriving aircraft started entering holding patterns while controllers searched for brief opportunities to land them safely. Every extra minute in the sky meant less fuel and fewer options. The crew remained in the holding pattern near Delhi as heavy rain, strong winds, and poor visibility repeatedly delayed arrivals. Eventually, it became clear that continuing to wait was no longer practical. The pilots decided to divert toward Lucknow. But that decision came with consequences. Lucknow itself was also experiencing unstable weather. Meanwhile, Jaipur, another suitable alternate airport with better reported conditions, was not selected. As the diversion continued, severe weather forced the aircraft onto a longer route than originally planned. Every deviation burned valuable fuel. Soon, the flight was committed to a destination where the weather was becoming increasingly unpredictable. Approaching Lucknow, conditions continued getting worse. Visibility dropped below the minimum required for landing. The aircraft ahead discontinued its approach. Flight 944 had no choice but to go around as well. By now, fuel reserves had fallen to a critically low level. The crew declared minimum fuel, informing air traffic control that any further delay could create an emergency. Minutes later, the situation became even more serious. Fuel predictions kept falling. The pilots upgraded their call to Mayday fuel, one of aviation's most urgent emergency declarations. Controllers immediately began searching for the quickest possible runway.
Runway 27 is wet. Visibility decreasing due to heavy rain.
While the crew considered other nearby airports, another weather update arrived. Lucknow's visibility had finally improved above landing minimums. There was no longer time to gamble on another diversion. The aircraft turned back toward runway 27. Rain continued pounding the windshield. Strong winds pushed against the Airbus throughout the descent. Inside the cockpit, every checklist was completed with extreme precision because there would be no second opportunity. As the aircraft descended through the clouds, the runway lights finally appeared. Moments later, the Airbus touched down safely at Lucknow. When the engines shut down, the remaining fuel told the entire story. Only about 348 kilograms remained on board. Just minutes separated a safe landing from a possible fuel exhaustion emergency. Investigators later concluded that no single mechanical failure caused the incident. Instead, it was a chain of operational decisions. Conflicting flight planning information regarding alternate airports, extended holding in deteriorating weather, delaying the declaration of minimum fuel, and continuing toward an airport with worsening conditions all combined to leave the aircraft with almost no remaining margin. The investigation also found that the crew did not adequately reassess safer diversion options as the situation evolved. Fortunately, the weather improved just enough before it was too late. Vistara Flight 944 landed safely with every passenger surviving. It remains one of India's most important reminders that fuel is far more than a number on a display. In aviation, fuel is time, fuel is options, and sometimes fuel is the difference between an incident and a catastrophe.
Learn more about aviation safety. Subscribe for more investigation videos.